In the lower half of the 18th century, right after the Baroque movement of art, the Rococo took over. The Rococo was considered by intellectuals and critics to be a form of art that was way too superficial and way too aristocratic. And there was a strong need at that time to have something different, to have something going more towards fine art. There is a coincidence, or maybe not, that Antonio Canova was actually born during that period of time. He will dominate the art with his neoclassical style of the 18th-19th century, becoming one of the most important sculptors in Europe of that time. I will discuss first Antonio Canova early life, and then I will discuss Antonio Canova professional life. Antonio Canova was born in Possagno, a city next to Venice, on November 1st of 1757 from a family of stonecutter and sculptor. He actually lost his father at a very young age when he was just 4 years old. His father's name was Pietro Canova. His mother got married very soon with another man and moved to another city next to Possagno. And Antonio Canova went to live with his paternal grandfather Pasino Canova. As I said, there was a family of sculptor and stonecutter, so he got the possibility to develop his manual skills since very young age. A very crazy story was told about him at 7 years old blowing the mind of his guest during a dinner by creating a magnificent lion by a piece of butter. That was amazing, and actually he got the attention of very influential people of the city that took care of his personal and professional education. On 1768, he got his first professional job at Toretti Studio. The studio of Toretti was mainly focused on sculpture for garden, where he had the possibility to develop more and more his manual skills. During his job at Toretti Studio, in the studio of Venice, because Toretti Studio had two studios, one next to Possagno and the other one in Venice, he got the possibility to attend the School of Nudo at the Accademia delle Belle Arti and learn how to draw by taking inspiration from Filippo Farsetti Gallery. Evidently, Antonio Canova's early life can be considered a natural call to art. But let's now proceed with his professional career. Right after the Toretti's experience, he opened his own workshop and he really made a name for himself. The first statue he made were in 1776 Orfeo and Eurice, in 1779 Daudelos and Icaro. In 1779 he decided to move to Rome, and his masterpiece was created in Rome exactly, like the Three Graces, Cupid and Psyche, Pope Clemente XIII and XIV, and also some mythological characters like Venus and Mars and Hector and Ajax. He actually had the opportunity during his life to work for kings, popes, princes, and emperors. And as the work it was increased, he had the need to hire some personal assistant to help him out on creating all these masterpieces. His technique was a very particular one. It was a tedious and long one inspired by Greek art, starting from drawing, then going to clay, and then the transition from clay to marble. Was very long, tedious, but amazing, and he needed, of course, help. During the 1798, the French took over Rome, so he had to go away from Rome and go back to Possagno for a couple of years only. And in Possagno, he actually entertained himself doing some canvas, but he never got importance to this canvas. After these couple of years that the situation was stabilized in Rome, he went back to Rome. And when he went back to Rome, actually he coincided with the Napoleon rise of power, and he was tasked immediately to do a Napoleon bust. Besides all these works with emperors, princes, popes, he always have been a very humble and caring man. Despite all his success, and also despite all that happened to him, just lost his father, be abandoned from his mother, he always tried to help others, especially young artists, and also made a lot of donation to academies of art. He also left a mark to his community. In 1819, he laid the first stone of the temple he designed for his city. That was actually finished 10 years later, but he couldn't see it, unfortunately, because he died in October 13 of 1822. Antonio Canova gave us the ideal of what the human beauty was, and leaving a mark in his community and the entire world, and also leaving a very important beauty to the Sculpture Academy. As I said, like, he went from butter to magnificence, marble masterpieces. And this is the end of my speech of Antonio Canova. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for your attention.